The system is failing. We're going to have more homelessness, more unemployment, and the government has to print more money. It's a command and control economy where the government tells you everything. I just don't trust our government. And they're going to have to start printing pretty quickly. And the more they print, the less value, purchasing power the dollar has, or the loonie, or the yen, or the peso. People are talking about inflation. I think we're in depression right now, and we're going to be the biggest depression in world history. In the 1970s, that's when the world was changing. The biggest bust in the history of the world is coming up. It's pensions. They trusted the government. They trusted their pension would be there, and it's going to go bust. And that's us. We get crushed.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. This is the Bearable Bull here. And I got this aggressively average content for you today. As oh my goodness, it has been an absolute shit show. Billionaires were throwing shit at each other all for the past couple days. And we have seen CZ Binance make Sam Bankman-Fried absolutely shit himself. Utterly, monumentally, and quickly. With the swiftness, Sam Bankman-Fried bent the knee. And we have a massive rippling effect taking place in the crypto market right now. Over the past couple months, we've been trending sideways. And finally, we have a move in a direction which is better than moving sideways. This is going to be a powerful catalyst to make money act soon. And ladies and gentlemen, a lot of people got hurt yesterday. First and foremost, let's discuss this.
Some other high-profile investors will likely be wiped out in this deal. The crypto exchange last raised money at a $32 billion valuation from some of the biggest names in venture capital. You had SoftBank, Sequoia, Thoma Bravo, Tiger Global, among others. I've been on the phone with some of the equity investors in FTX who told me they're expecting their stakes in FTX to be worthless. They're planning to write this off as a loss, and I'm told Binance will likely be buying FTX for pennies on the dollar. The deal hasn't closed yet, and it could run into some issues with global regulators, or CFIUS, here in the U.S. And it's unclear what happens to FTX's celebrity endorsements, too. It bought the naming rights to FTX Arena in Miami. It also courted brand ambassadors like Steph Curry, Shaq, Naomi Osaka, Tom Brady, and Giselle were ambassadors as well as investors.
Now, ladies and gentlemen, we have an absolute catastrophe happening in crypto. And you just saw a little bit about it. Plenty of celebrities, David Ortiz, Steph Curry, Kevin O'Leary, Tom Brady, and others were part of FTX's ambassador program. At the exact same time, some of the big boys lost massive sums of capital. Nobody saw FTX collapsing in this level of magnitude and this quickly. What's really funny is this specific quote from Kevin O'Leary. He stated a bottom is usually created when there is a catastrophic event like a large player going bankrupt or somebody in deep trouble for buying crypto on leverage. This happened at FTX, and believe it or not, the exact event Kevin O'Leary was looking for a bottom has occurred, and the irony is, it was something he was invested in. Oh guys, this is absolutely crazy. As we look at prices in the crypto market right now, Bitcoin is at $16,600, ETH at $1,100. XRP actually is holding up pretty strong relative to the rest of the market. ADA, 34 cents. Solana is taking a pounding at $14. And plenty other cryptos are in the negative. Currently, this is the ripple effects that take place when a big player is over-leveraged, and now everyone else has to suffer for it. We see that FTX's token is right now $3, and it's down 90% from just about a week ago. Guys, what's funny enough is that I actually recommended FTX as 1% of my portfolio in my Udemy course. However, right before this video I posted yesterday discussing the extreme dangers in this market, I sold all of my FTX position at $22 before things got very bad. I also told my entire Discord community exactly what occurred as well, and they were able to get out and react with the swiftness before shit hit the fan. Ladies and gentlemen, things changed that quickly in the crypto market. An exchange with that level of credibility. Time magazine naming Sam Bankman-Fried the new Warren Buffett. That level of character, that level of power can get taken down and wiped out, and you have to react to it immediately in crypto. Something I do want to say is, my apologies to the Udemy community that may have not been able to see this reaction. However, yesterday was one of those days where I was on a flight and unable to make content. I still warned everyone on every other platform I was a part of. And you guys have to be able to make your own calculated decisions at a whim. I cannot be holding everyone's hand every single moment of every single part of this market. Because if you're dependent on someone else, you will get slaughtered. A lot of people were dependent on FTX and the credibility behind them. Now a lot of people are going bankrupt. Ladies and gentlemen, keep your eyes on the prize. Magical things are going to happen after this takes place. Sam Bankman-Fried is no longer a billionaire after nearly $14.6 billion was wiped out overnight. That is the biggest loss I believe I've ever seen for one individual person in one day, ever. This is how powerful crypto is, and this is how quickly things change. We have to understand that FTX limited withdrawals yesterday. Binance was discussing buying them out, but now is halted that due to how bad their financials look like. We also have this information coming out as well. I believe Binance thought that FTX might have been responsible for nearly $600 million worth of a BNB hack that happened last month, and this might be Binance's opportunity. And this might have been Binance seeking revenge against FTX. Ladies and gentlemen, these billionaires continue to throw shit at each other. And us investors, we are their collateral damage. Right now, leverage is being flushed out of the system. And there is no telling what the cascading consequences of FTX failing is. But what I'm going to tell all of you is, I'm still holding strong to my XRP position, my Stellar position, my regulated crypto positions. And the reason being is because they're actually holding up pretty strong relative to the other cryptos in this market. Look at Solana, down 53%. Uniswap, AVAX, 25%. Right now, the fundamentals of crypto has not changed. But the big players, the exchanges, they are a catastrophic risk to your money. I have always told all of you, keep your crypto on your offline hardware wallets. If you didn't learn by now, after Celsius, Voyager, and now FTX, you deserve to get your money stolen from these centralized exchanges. It is absolutely your number one responsibility to get your crypto into self-custody. And something I have to tell all of you is I do believe that we're going to get regulation that sends us to the moon in the crypto market because it's necessary. Elections have passed. And once we get a confirmed new Congress in place, things will get passed very quickly. Regulation and the investigation of these crypto platforms is imperative to getting trillions into this market. The big boys, the multi-trillion-dollar institutions are already in here, posturing and positioning to come in for regulations. This Ripple case is going to come to an end relatively soon. Ripple Swell Conference is on his way as well. And all of these things mounting up to be the perfect storm are going to allow for a powerful recovery. It's always darkest before dawn. We're seeing, after a blood moon by the way, ironically enough, the crypto market bleeding out. While it is a dangerous environment and you should be careful, you have to know that things like this happen. and they're short-lived. But the recovery and the bounce back is so beautiful. I am not buying any cryptos at this moment in time. However, if things get bad enough, and if some more cash flows in for myself, I definitely will be. Do not be afraid. Do not get dissuaded, because better days are coming, and they're coming soon. Here we see that Twitter is filing paperwork to enter into the payments business. And this is massive, as I've been telling all of you that Twitter is going to become a payments platform. Voila, it happens. I've been telling all of you that there was going to be a moment where 99% of cryptos were going to die. And that is going to happen as well. We are seeing it. While FTX going down is a catastrophic blow to the industry as a whole, I believe players like XRP will rise out of the ashes. There cannot be any rise out of the ashes moment without fires everywhere. And everything right now is going up in smoke. I absolutely love it. I love the volatility, and you must embrace it if you want to be successful in crypto. Everything we've been discussing happening for the past 5 years now is happening now, and people are beginning to be afraid. Do not be afraid. This is exactly how things were always going to go. We have to remember the library case, and we have to remember that that case could be used as precedent against the rest of the crypto market. Attorneys Jeremy Hogan and John Deaton have stated this may not have as big of effect on the Ripple XRP case due to the different facts and circumstances. So I am very confident in XRP's future. However, this library judgment right before the FTX collapse will bring harsh regulations for the crypto market, and you all need to understand that. Right now I'm sitting in cash and accumulating more money just in case we have a horrendous dip. But I am confident that the recovery we're going to experience from this is going to be the recovery of regulation. Security tokens were always in the plan, and you have to remember I've always shilled to all of you a security token exchange in Polymath. Currently, Polymath is 25 cents, and it is one of the bigger positions I have in my portfolio. My original entry in there was 8 cents. And once we see clear security token regulation in the United States and the crypto market as a whole, I believe that thing is going parabolic. Available on Coinbase. Keep your eyes out for that one. Plenty of cryptos are about to go down. Plenty of exchanges may have a threat come before them. Regulators are like sharks, and there's plenty of blood in the crypto industry right now. We are going to weather this storm, and we know exactly what they're gonna do. Be patient. We are invested in regulated cryptos, and you will need to be prepared for what happens next, because the end game is clear, and things are about to change in a big way. Now, actually, I want you all to listen to this clip from Sam Bankman-Fried in front of regulators the other day, and listen to the irony, knowing now what we all know.
Last thing that I'll say is if you look at what precipitated some of the 2008 financial crisis, you saw a number of bilateral, bespoke, non-reported transactions happening between financial counterparties, which then got repackaged and releveraged again and again and again, such that no one knew how much risk was in that system until it all fell apart. If you compare that to what happens on FTX or other major cryptocurrency venues today, there's complete transparency about the full open interest. There's complete transparency about the positions that are held. There's a robust, consistent risk framework applied, and we're excited to work with the CFTC on our U.S. licensed and regulated venue to bring a lot of this.
Now, ladies and gentlemen, that is oh so interesting. As FTX has gone down, they made the impression that they were credible and weren't doing the exact same things Sam Bankman-Fried stated that they were. They lied. As a direct consequence of their lies, harsh regulations are going to come. Ladies and gentlemen, I've been someone who has long been wanting and stating that I believe in an altcoin season coming. And I do think it will. But right now we're going through a shit show. We are going through a firestorm. And I hope my last video helped prepare you for it. As now these videos to come are going to be meant for all of you to weather this storm. I know for a fact that people are scared and confused. I'm not. Crypto regulations are going to ensue. FTX was the catalyst, but XRP's on-demand liquidity and utility will be the result. Remember that even after this library ruling, John Deaton believes there is little cause for concern. And that should give you some more confidence in holding XRP during these volatile times. Also note that it needs to be said that Library received no obvious support from the crypto community other than from the XRP community and Library users. They received no amicus briefs and no support from crypto industry associations. They got a bad judgment after fighting for years. But I do believe Ripple and XRP could very well be the triggers for bringing better regulations and better precedents into this market. We have been weathering sideways momentum and downwards price action for the past 11 months. But if there's one thing you all need to know, is that everything is happening for a reason. That reason is to bring in their new financial system. And each and every one of us believe that XRP is that system. Now, to cap off this video for today, I'm gonna play you this outro from the Black Swan Capitalist discussing exactly the XRP endgame. I'm making this the new outro to my YouTube videos because I believe it describes exactly what everyone needs to hear about this new XRP system. Please give him a follow, and I need you all to exude confidence while crossing the finish line to this financial paradigm shift. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the Bearable Bull here. Thanks for tuning in. As always, I appreciate every single one of you. Now I'll be back tomorrow with another video.
We're about to abandon the traditional system of money and accounting and introduce a new one.
There's going to be a new world order out there, and we've got to lead it.
Frankly, our central bank has been slow, and there's an appointment coming in January of 22. The president's got to decide whether to change over who's leading the Federal Reserve.
For those of you who don't know, the next-gen $100 note is the last denomination of that particular family of notes. We're working on the future generation of currency, so that is my other job.
I think the train's already left the station in terms of cryptocurrency. You may or may not know that I just joined the board of Ripple, and the reason why I chose to join that board, it's, in my opinion, one of the few cryptocurrency options out there that has a credible and legitimate use. So financial institutions use it to settle cross-border payments.
That is called a bridge crypto or bridge currency. That's in fact what Ripple is trying to do with XRP.
World taxation and one world money. They've worked for years behind the scenes preparing to realize that vision. They've literally rigged the laws of international finance. Everything is basically in place right now, and there's essentially no way to stop this from happening.
There are some cryptos that are working with regulators and are working with banks.
I agree.
Ripple
right.
would be an example.
Ripple would
XRP.
be an example, right.
Now this is and I can imagine in the next 5 years, instead of us doing sterling against the dollar or sterling against yen and doing these kinds of transactions, we'll do sterling versus Ripple.